Hi, I'm Michelle Sweeney, and I'm going to talk about accompaniment patterns today. This song, "O Holy Night," is a duet that I'm working on for church, and I just wanted to discuss the importance of being conscious of the long line and hearing the long notes when you are playing something that's very repetitive and very like arpeggio based or chord based, the way this accompaniment is. So this accompaniment for "O Holy Night," it's a very simplified version that I'm playing. This accompaniment pattern is just a bunch of arpeggios, and it could sound like an etude, it could sound like an exercise, but we need it to sound like music, and we need to support what's happening in the melody. And there are a couple of things that you can do with this in order to make that be more musical. And the main thing that my teacher taught me back in my days at the Jacob School of Music, she was like, this is a long note. You need to hear it. This note actually lasts for 2.5 measures. Now you keep restriking it, but when you hit it the first time, you need to hear it ring for 2.5 measures for a long time. And it's not just about hearing that note ring. Like, okay, it's still going, I can hear it, it's still spinning, you can hear that sound of that C. You have to hear it, but the other thing you have to do is you have to not interrupt that ringing with all the rest of the notes. So there's a lot of other stuff going on. There's all of this really busy, fast eighth notes going on, and if you play those without the ear really tuning into that bottom note and trying to make sure you can still hear it, then you lose the length of that long note, and it loses momentum. It gets a little bit stuck and sounds a lot more like mechanical, robotic, and boring. So the way you make long lines with these arpeggios is by hearing that long note, the one that's going the C, 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 C. It's like five big beats. You want to hear the first one carry all the way to the end of that fifth one. And the little notes, the fast notes, they can't be louder than it. And when I mean they can't be louder than it, they can't be louder than the note that is dying away. The piano is a decaying instrument. That means as soon as you hit this note, it's going to start going down in volume. It gets quieter and quieter and quieter and quieter because it's not active the way a voice can have breath under it and you can crescendo through a note. A violin can put a little more pressure into the bow. Piano, as soon as you hit that note, it starts diminuendoing, decrescendoing. It gets quieter. And so you have to accommodate for that with your arpeggio notes so that you can still hear the bass note. So let's see if I can demonstrate that for you, okay? We still need to hear this bass note. We need to hear it pushing forward for a long time, for 2.5 measures. So that's how you balance an accompaniment arpeggio with like a long held bass note. Something that in an orchestra would be like the long note might be held on a bass or a cello, and then the other middle voices would be done by like the violas or something like that. So you really need to carry out that long held note and make sure that your ear is listening for that, and that your smaller, shorter, faster notes are not overtaking the sound of that long note ringing. So there's a little lesson for you today. I'm going to skip through the song because that was pretty simplified accompaniment, and I'll play the part where we got some octaves. What is that? What is that? Okay, I will play hamburger now. Can we say bye-bye?
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.